live. We are going to go over lesson 5, our second to last lesson for the day. Whenever we finish lesson 6, I'm going to put up a overall quiz. So that would be at 5:30. I'm going to take down whatever quiz is up at 5:30, which will be lesson 6. And I'm going to put up the lessons 1 through 6 quiz. It's the same questions that we've gone over today, but it's going to be all in one quiz. And I'll set it so you can just take it over and over and over again for the next 2 weeks or however long you want to do it before we move on to something new. All right. Give it another minute or so to let people join in. Let's see. Lesson 5's a pretty short quiz. Doesn't take very long to get through. Alright, well, we are going to go ahead and get started watching this. So, conductors from the service point to the service disconnecting means is the definition of service conductors. This is just straight up a definition from the definitions section of the book, Article 100. So, not that difficult to find. Again, a definition. I'm doing fine on these. Yeah. Moving right along. The point of connection, this is another definition. You're going to want to look these up. Article 100 should just be pretty straightforward. Alright, moving right along. Alright, overhead service conductors is where we are going to be looking. This is, I want to say, Article 230, services. Services is Article 230, and then if you are looking through 230, overhead service conductors is Part 2 of Article 230. So starting at 230.22, but what we're looking for is 230. Let's see, 24A. 230.24A says conductors shall have a vertical clearance of not less than 8 foot above the roof surface. Again, that is 230.24A. You'll see that down at the bottom there. Alright, which of the following wiring methods are not permitted for use with service conductors rated for 1000 volts, nominal or less? So, type NM cable. So, that's Romex. I mean, if you know anything, you should know Romex is not allowed. But let's find it in the let's see. It should be right in this first little section. Special conditions, capacity requirements. Let's see. That's not, we're not talking about underground. No, we're not. Okay. And let's see. Oh, it's just 230.43, 1 through 19. Oh, general. Okay, yeah. Wiring methods and materials, it's right there. I looked at it and my eyes just kind of went right past it. It's been a week. All right, moving right along. So type NM cable is uh, not permitted to be used as a service conductor. Individual meter socket enclosures rated at 1000 volts or less must be marked to identify them as being suitable. I turned my head away like I was going to turn away from the microphone. It went with me. Must be marked to identify them as being suitable for service equipment. This would be identification and marking of service equipment. Service equipment is part 5, and marking is right there. So 230 part 5, which is 230.66, is the actual location for this answer. Individual meter socket enclosures shall not be considered service equipment, but shall be listed and rated for the voltage and capacity for the circuit. So that is one of those. The first part of the paragraph says that this is true, and then if you read the full paragraph, it says individual meter socket enclosures. So that's one that's going to get a lot of people, and it obviously did. So, each ungrounded so each hot shall have overload protection. If you flip to overcurrent protection, service equipment, it's not service equipment. No, there it is. Yeah, service equipment overcurrent protection. And it's it tells you the ungrounded conductor, and there's a whole paragraph on this one. That is 230.90A. Oh, my nose itches. All right. And that is the end of this lesson. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to leave it open for a couple more minutes. Probably like 3:55. I'm going to leave it open if anybody has any questions. If you need to, you're welcome to just rewatch the video if I went through something too fast and you need to recheck that out. And I think you can enable DVR or I have DVR enabled, which I think means that you can replay, like click back while you're watching the stream and replay things. Some of the classes I take that are streamed, you can change the speed of the class, and that's really necessary sometimes. I'm going to have to watch myself and go a little bit slower next week whenever I start getting into DC theory with the first years. All right. Just a couple more minutes, or about another minute. If we don't have any questions, I'm going to sign off of here. Now we'll put up the very last quiz. I'm gonna get off of here, and at 4 o'clock I will start the new quiz.